Now the news in detail. The presidency has announced the takeoff of the $550 million upstream gas project between the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited and Total Energies on the development of Ubeta field. Special Advisor to President Bola Tinubu on Energy, Mr. Oluvejen, disclosed this at an inaugural U.S.-Nigeria Strategic Energy Dialogue hosted by the U.S. State Department in Washington, D.C. Speaking at a luncheon organized as part of the inaugural dialogue, Mrs. Veyejen said the upstream gas project would deliver 350 million standard cubic feet of gas per day when operational. Mrs. Veyejen told the gathering that major energy reforms introduced by President Bola Tinubu since June 2023 focused on improving energy security, attracting investment, and deepening collaboration with key partners, including the United States government. The Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has partnered with the Central Association of Agricultural Valuers, a UK-based body specializing in agricultural and rural valuation. This collaboration, announced during a knowledge exchange program in London, aims to overhaul and modernize compensation rates for public land acquisition in Nigeria, specifically focusing on crops and economic threes. This is according to a statement signed by the Special Advisor on Media and Strategy to the Minister of the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Mr. Mark Cheshe, today. Speaking at the event, the Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, Mr. Abdullahi Gwazo, highlighted the significance of the partnership as part of Nigeria's ongoing land reform. He described the program as a pivotal step towards aligning Nigeria's land compensation rates with global best practices. A member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Wale Hameedah, has urged Nigerians to support President Bola Tinubu to reposition the economy. While disclosing that brighter days are coming, the lawmaker noted that the ongoing surgical economic operations will herald a new dawn. Honorable Hameedah, who represents Agege constituency, said Nigeria will regain the lost grounds, and when the promise of greater tomorrow is fulfilled, President Tinubu will be vindicated. He also urged Nigerians to support President Tinubu, assuring that his administration will guarantee the benefits of welfare for all. Human rights lawyer Mr. Femi Falana has condemned the recent increments in school fees by the federal and Lagos state government, describing it as illegal. Recall that the federal government had in July 2023 increased fees for Unity schools from 45,000 approved dates for 2024 African Nations Championship. We take a break now. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
A global outbreak of the Mpox virus has been reported, with cases confirmed in some African countries, including Nigeria. To reduce your risk of infection, avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Clean and disinfect surfaces regularly. Stay informed through reliable sources such as the World Health Organization and local health authorities. Remember, prevention and awareness are key. And if symptoms appear, report to the nearest hospital. Stay safe.
From the southwest region, the Lagos state government has issued contravention notices to over 280 illegal property owners and occupiers in the Mayegun waterfront scheme in a bid to protect the state's coastal areas and prevent the proliferation of slums. The Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Mr. Ekunrere, disclosed this in a statement posted on the Lagos state government social media platform today. Mr. Alebiosu was quoted in the statement as saying that the contravention notices served on Saturday required the occupants to provide necessary documentation and approvals justifying the occupation of the properties within 7 days, just as he emphasized the importance of maintaining the integrity of the Lagos State Master Plan. The commissioner urged the property owners to voluntarily remove their structures before the expiration of the contravention notices or regularize their documentation to avoid penalties. He warned that the government would no longer tolerate illegal activities along the waterfront schemes and corridors, emphasizing that encroachment on government properties, land, and setbacks would not be tolerated. The high rate of accidents on major roads across the country, including Lagos State, has again been brought to fore, with concerned stakeholders calling for immediate intervention from relevant authorities to curb the menace. Speaking with Melody FM News crew today, the stakeholders lamented the recent spate of accidents despite the interventions by various
82% of the global total. The World Bank, on its part, reported that 30,800 deaths are recorded on Nigerian roads annually. The Federal Road Safety Corps also listed factors responsible for the crashes as light and sign violations, dangerous driving and tire burst, brake failures, road violation, and bad roads, among others. Yesterday, the Federal Road Safety Corps reported several crashes across the country, including in Lagos State, that resulted in the loss of lives and injuries to many. Speaking with Melody FM News today on the issue, a cross-section of Lagos residents called for more enlightenment and sensitization for the drivers and ensure they are qualified to drive before issuing licenses to them.
The driver needs to be enlightened, and some of them, I don't think they even pass through any driving.
Just like somebody you are driving, you are thinking, cause accident.
The residents who also identified bad roads as well as fatigue on part of the drivers as some of the major causes of accidents in the country appeal to drivers to avoid drunk driving and obey road safety rules and regulations.
Advise our drivers and we will lecture them to caution the speed, because the speed is a part of accidents. Because when you are driving and you are speed, you don't know what you can meet. But immediately as you saw something, you would like to match brake. And then from there, the motor can tumble. But when you are not speed, if anything happens, you will catch yourself.
Others appeal to the road safety regulators, such as the FRSC, amongst others, to step up efforts at ensuring that only roadworthy cars are allowed to operate on the road to reduce spate of accidents in the country.
If accident wants to happen, then it's not the driver's fault. It may be the tire burst on the speed. So it wasn't the driver's fault then, but there is some silly mistake we driver normally make. You know this thing is giving you a sign. Maybe the tire is giving you a sign, or the engine is doing, or the brake, or the clutch is doing somehow. What you need to do is to go and repair it immediately when you notice it's not okay. But there is some out of us, they will just say they want to manage.
I am Oluwadamilola Kehinde, reporting for Melody FM News.
In business news tonight, the Central Bank of Nigeria has said that fuel subsidy removal, lower import bills and increased external debt servicing obligations could pose downside risk for the growth of external reserves by 2024-2025. The Apex Bank disclosed this in its monetary credit, foreign trade and exchange policy guidelines for fiscal years 2024-2025. However, the Apex Bank in its outlook projected a positive economic output in growth in Nigeria by 2024-2025 has issued contravention notices to over 280 illegal property owners and occupiers in the Mayegun waterfront scheme in a bid to protect the state's coastal areas and prevent the proliferation of slums. In business news, we brought to you that the Central Bank of Nigeria has said that fuel subsidy removal, lower import bills, and increased external debt servicing obligations could pose downside risk for the growth of external reserves by 2024-2025. Finally, in sport, we said that the Confederation of African Football has confirmed dates for the 2024 African Nations Championship. We have now come to the end of the news and report on Melody 107.7 FM. Security is everyone's business. Thank you for listening.
mo kí ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́ o àsìkò dédé àkókò yìí ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ la mú dé láti ìkànnì Melody 107.7 FM Omotayo Omotayo lábala ìròyìn okòwò àtọrọajé wa fún tòní báńkì àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ti ní iye owó ìrànwọ́ orí epo pẹntiróòlù àti àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ míì tí ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà gbé ó lè mú kí àkóbá kó dé bá iye owó tí a ní nípamọ́ nílẹ̀ òkèrè. Lórí ìròyìn eré ìdárayá àjọ CAF ti mú àwọn ọjọ́ tí àwọn ìdíje African Nation Championship yóò wáyé ní ọdún 2024 ìròyìn náà rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ti kéde wípé iṣẹ́ àkànṣe afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì eléyìí tó tó mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà $550 eléyìí tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí tí ó fẹ́ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àdéhùn láàrin iléeṣẹ́ elépo rọ̀bì ilẹ̀ yìí àti iléeṣẹ́ elépo rọ̀bì Total yóò gbéra sọ láìpẹ́ yìí. Ẹni tó jẹ́ olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì fáàrẹ lórí àmúṣagbára orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà látinú oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2023 tó ti gba ìkú ìdá ìṣàkóso orílẹ̀-èdè yìí òun náà ni ó sì ti ń fa ojú àwọn olókoòwò mọ́ra láti lè mú kí okòwò àti ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kó rú gọ́gọ́ sí o tó fi mọ́ dídókòwò pẹ̀lú àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè míì ní ìta tìrí orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà. Iléeṣẹ́ tó wà sókè kó dé bá ẹsẹ̀ kòkó ìjókòó àdéhùn láàrin àwọn méjèèjì ọ̀hún ló wáyé o ní ibi ìpàdé kan nílùú London. Níbẹ̀ náà sì ni wọ́n ti jíròrò lórí àwọn ọ̀nà tí ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí yóò fi ojú sọ́nà sí gbígbin àwọn ohun tí ẹnu ń jẹ àti ọ̀gbìn igi eléyìí tó ní yóò mú kí owó tún wọlé sásùnwọ̀n orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Nínú àtijáde eléyìí tí olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì fétò ìròyìn fún mínísítà tó wà fọ́rọ̀ iléègbé lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí Mark Chieshi ló sọ̀rọ̀ ohun di mímọ̀ níbi ìpàdé ọ̀hún ló sì wá ń jẹ́ kí ó di mímọ̀ wípé àjọṣepọ̀ tó gúnmọ́ tó wà láàrin ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún yóò tún mú kí àwọn ìgbélárugẹ kan kó wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ àti ètò ọ̀gbìn lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Tinubu láti lè mú kí àtúntò kó dé bá ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí di mímọ̀ nígbà tí ó ń bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ tó sì jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé ìgbà rere ṣì ń bọ̀ fún orílẹ̀-èdè yìí o ṣùgbọ́n ó ní kí àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n faradà gbogbo àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ àti mú kí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kó rú gọ́gọ́ sí eléyìí tí ìjọba tó ń gbé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Honorable Hameedah ẹni tó ń ṣojú fún ẹkùn ìdìbò ìjọba àpapọ̀ Agége yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi ojú hàn dé oníbẹ̀ nígbà náà làwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó tó wá lè sọ wípé lóòótọ́ àti lódodo làárẹ̀ Bọ́lá Tinubu sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó sì padà wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó rọ àwọn èèyàn ilẹ̀ yìí pé kí wọ́n káwọ́ ti ètò ìṣèjọba ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lẹ́yìn torí wípé ètò ìṣèjọba yìí ó wà fún gbígbọ́ bùkátà gbogbo àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Agbẹjọ́rò ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ọmọnìyàn kan nílẹ̀ Ìfẹ́mi Fálànà tí bẹnu àtẹ́ lu ọ̀wọ́n gógó àti àfikún eléyìí tó dé bá iye owó iléèwé fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ girama tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ wá ń tẹ̀síwájú lẹ́kùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn gúúsù orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà la wà báyìí. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ti laago ìkìlọ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ní dúkìá tí wọ́n tó 200 tó wà ní agbègbè Mayegun Waterfront wípé kí wọ́n tètè káàsà wọn kúrò ńbẹ̀ o ó tó di wípé ìjọba yóò gbé ìgbésẹ̀ takò wọ́n. Kọmíṣánná tó wà fọ́rọ̀ ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ilẹ̀ tí ó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ olómi ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Ẹkúndayọ̀ Alébíoṣù ló sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí mímọ̀ nígbà tó ń bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ tó sì wá jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé àti ọjọ́ Sátidé ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá ni wọ́n ti fún wọn ní ìwé láti káàsà wọn kúrò ńbẹ̀ wá ti pé ẹni tí ó bá wá kọ̀ láti kúrò ńbẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ti rí ìwé gbà ó di dandan kí ìjọba kó lé wọn kúrò ńbẹ̀ kó sì wó àwọn ilé ìgbé ọ̀hún torí pé ìjọba ò ní fààyè sílẹ̀ kí àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n máa lo àwọn ilẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba lélẹ́yìí tí kò bá òfin mu. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ lójú pópó ló ti
ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó èyí tí ó fa ìpàdánù ẹ̀mí àti ìpalára fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. Nígbà tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn oníròyìn iléeṣẹ́ Melody FM lónìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ àwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó pè fún ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ àti ìmọ̀ràn fáwọn awakọ̀ kí wọ́n sì rí i dájú pé wọ́n pegedé láti wa ọkọ̀ kí wọ́n tó máa fún wọn ní ìwé àṣẹ.
Lára tó ń fà á pé bóyá ìjàmbá ojú pópó ọkọ̀ lọ́nà ìtorí ẹ̀ náà làwa náà ṣe làwọn tó jáwọn ọ̀gá wa ń bí náà ṣe máa ń ṣèdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún wa gbogbo gbà bó bá fẹ́ wakọ̀ mọ́ mutí bó bá ti mutí mọ́ wakọ̀ ìyẹn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni àna àwọn àkíyèsí ara mọ́tò bóyá nǹkan tí ò yẹ kó manage lára mọ́tò tó lọ manage ẹ̀ bóyá o ti rí pé táyà yìí ò dáa kó wá manage ẹ̀ lọ.
tí táyà bá dá lẹ́sẹ̀ mọ́tò ọ́ àwọn tírélà tí tírélà bá pọ̀ jù ìgbà mímọ́ wà tẹ́ pé tí mọ́tò bá fẹ́ ọ̀fàtẹ́ẹ̀kì tírélà tí tírélà bá ní sùúrù gbogbo àwọn tírélà yẹn tí sùúrù ò tó wọn lọ́pẹ́ sí tíbi kan bá jẹ́ bí one lane tí mọ́tò fẹ́ ọ̀fàtẹ́ẹ̀kì tí kan tó wá jáde níwájú ẹ̀ sùúrù ló sá most important jù tó ṣe é sin gbogbo àwọn kan tó máa ń kọ́ sí ìjàmbá nìyẹn.
àwọn aráàlú náà tí wọ́n tún ṣe àkíyèsí àwọn ọ̀nà búburú àti rírẹ̀ àwọn awakọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí díẹ̀ nínú àwọn okùnfà ìjàmbá lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí wọ́n wá rawọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sáwọn awakọ̀ láti yàgò fún wíwakọ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n bá mu ọtí kí wọ́n sì tẹ̀lé àwọn òfin àti ìlànà ààbò ojú òpópónà.
tí dírẹ́fà bá ti wà tó bá ti mu ọtí àmupara ní park kó tó kó ní park nǹkan ẹ̀ kejì tí owó dìrífà tó bá gbé fún dírẹ́fà bá pọ̀ jù àbí àwọn union owó tó ń gbà lọ́wọ́ mọ́tò òun náà ni owner náà máa fi calculate iye tí dírẹ́fà máa dìrífà á wò pé ní pé kóun lè ti sáré lọ.
ìjúsókè ní rírí dájú pé àwọn ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ tí ó yẹ lójú òpópónà nìkan ni wọ́n gbà láàyè láti ṣiṣẹ́ lórí àwọn òpópónà lójúnà àti mú.
àtàwọn jẹ̀ǹtà kọ́sọ́mọsọ́mì lẹ́ẹ̀mọ̀ bá pàdé o níbi Melody FM September outside broadcast bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 6 òwúrọ̀ outside broadcast bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 6 òwúrọ̀ títí dago 6 ìrọ̀lẹ́ láwọn máa dóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ ní ìgboro Agége níbi tó ti máa wáyé náà ní Agége Pen Cinema under bridge roundabout Agége Lagos Wednesday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí ni o September 8